Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kyusha here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. Now, Deku, he attempted to try and murder the Green Goblin. He threw the man through multiple walls and even fucked him up pretty badly. Now, Deku, something happened. Shield stepped in. They got involved. Deku and Spider-Woman, they had a bit of a clash. And Deku, he was told about what happened after he supposedly went to bed. Now, Deku, he remembers going to sleep, not wearing the suit. But he's been told by Jessica Drew that he was up till 3 in the morning. If not, maybe 4, 5 maybe. I mean, how much sleep does he think he actually got? He feels exhausted, he feels tired, and she remembers him dropping a fucking building on her. So yeah, there's that. Now, Deku came into S.H.I.E.L.D. because S.H.I.E.L.D. they want to try and analyze exactly what that suit is. I mean, nanotech. If it is actually nanotech, that could be a very, very big breakthrough for S.H.I.E.L.D. Being able to analyze some of Stark's technology up close, that is a rare opportunity. However, also trying to find out exactly what the hell is wrong with his suit could be another successful goal. Because why did it keep his body active for so long and then just leave him back at home? It just doesn't make sense. Now, Izuku, yeah, he came to S.H.I.E.L.D. He's aboard the helicarrier, and right now, he just met Captain America, a man who, if he's correct, died during World War II. And he's in front of him. Like alive in front of him. And if he's like almost 100 years old, then how is he I Hi. I assuming you're Izuku, correct? Uh, you're Captain America. Yes, I am. It's a little weird to be here, but I'm back. It's a lot to explain, but there's a lot going on. So stand down, soldier, and we'll talk. Hopefully face to face. But I just don't get it. I have a lot to explain. We'll do so in a private room. Just follow us. Now, Deku's brought to a room, and he's sat down. There's Nick Fury, there's Jessica Drew, and then there's actually Captain America. And that's to name some of the people in the room, who aren't at least shield agents or armed with weapons. And Deku, he actually doesn't want to sit still. As S.H.I.E.L.D., they told Deku that they knew who he was, secret identity, his home, everything that's happened to him. They've tracked him. They've used DNA and blood they have found at the scene of crimes. And they're actually the ones that have kept him secret so far. Their cleanup crew, it's done pretty well, but they're not too sure how much farther it can go. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s been trying to be careful cleaning up after him. I mean, the 1,000, he got pretty good with that. They're lucky nobody got hurt. At least that was stopped, because that thing was crazy. And Goblin, and then this other guy, the lizard, they want more information on that. So whatever Izuku can give, he needs to give it. Because Oscorp has been stubborn with private records. And Deku doesn't understand. As he tried to tell them everything about Mr. Chizuki. Then he went to the lab, and the doctors looked at this. Deku gave them a small bit of the venom under a microscope. And they were actually quite surprised. Because it's biological. And if they're correct, then this is amazing. It's incredible. It's unreal. Wherever this thing came from. I mean, they just don't know. They need to run more tests. And right now they do go to put this sample of the venom into a small container. and Deku just doesn't watch it. As whenever the container closed, it went to a turn and started to move back towards the edge. It making its way there, Aja just stopped. It going to spread out on that side. And Deku saw that. He felt something try to reach back out towards it. And that told him something. This, this thing is alive. But how how did Mr. Stark do that? And that is kind of what they all want to know. Deku tries to tell them about Tony Stark. And apparently his research, whatever he does in his private time, apparently he does it well. So, Shield gave him a call. And Tony, whenever he answered that call, he was surprised. And the symbiote was taken away from Deku. It was suggested at the time that since they don't know what this thing was, it could be dangerous. And that's quite a bit. And we actually do have Deku. Right about now. Deku, he's walking through the shield helicarrier. He doesn't have his mask on, and he's actually been given a bit of a uniform to blend in a bit. So that does tell him quite a bit. And Deku, he is surprised. Apparently the higher ups at S.H.I.E.L.D. know who he is. And they've been helping him, so that's been nice. But that's definitely something. Deku actually is going to bump into someone. Him actually going to turn and going to bring out his hand. As there is going to grab onto someone and going to pull them back up. As he does go see Bakugo? Uh, Izuku? Wait, you work with S.H.I.E.L.D.? Yeah, yeah. What are you doing here? That's, uh, that's classified. I haven't seen you since high school, man. Yeah, I actually haven't seen you since then either. Um, how you been? I heard about Toga. Right, right. That's, I don't want to talk about that. You okay, man? You don't look so good. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. It just, a lot's been going on. I bet, man. Listen, if you want to grab lunch later, or I really should probably not be telling you this, but I know a guy who, in the cafeteria, he makes some pretty good homebrew stuff. If I send him a few bucks, he'll sell me some glasses. We can have a drink. I mean, actually talk. I feel like you need it. You don't look too well. Right. Uh, I don't know. Bakugo, he actually does try to convince Deku to join him. I mean, he looks like he needs something to eat. He's sick, right? He looks like he may have got a cold, so he'll probably just sit a seat away, maybe. Right. But he doesn't want to feel. He doesn't want to make Deku feel bad. Right now, he does need a friend, and he might have been an asshole back in high school, and that may have only been not that long ago. But hey, he's trying to help someone. It's what Spiderman would do. And right now, Deku, he does join Bakugo. He gets some food, and he gets this supposed juice. Now, this is where Bakugo and Deku, they do want to sit there. And Bakugo, he does try to talk about it. Him, so I'm going to sip it. You know, he was told by the guy in the kitchen, this is basically like getting a beer and catching up with an old friend. The guy was kind of surprised, though. I mean, apparently he knows Izuku, so he's kind of curious. Is he, a field agent? Oh, you could say that, yeah. Classified? Classified. Oh my god, I hate so much of this bureaucratic bullshit. I mean, oh my god. I can only really talk about some of my missions with the guys who are there. Uh, it's all sort of weird, but hey, it all kind of works out. Uh, okay, so what do you know about the standard guys then? The standard guys? Yeah, Shield they try and keep up to date. We got files and everything. Those are classified as low priority though. And public access? I mean, you gotta know about the Rhino, and I'm assuming you know about the new one. The new one. Yeah, I mean, the last one we had was the Green Goblin, and the first one we actually found lately was the Lizard. And well, sorry, uh, the Green Goblin. Bakugo. It was the Green Goblin. What? It was him. Both of them were there that night. I saw. I was there. Fuck. I'm sorry. Wait, you were there with Spider-Man? Yeah. It's it didn't work out well. The cure was destroyed, the lizard got away, building up in flames and almost came down. Spider-Man was injured and he barely made it home. He was just running on pure adrenaline. He just crashed. Damn. It must have really torn him up. It tore us both up. I'm sorry, man. Don't be. I just. I blame him for not saving her. I'm sorry, but he tried. He didn't try hard enough. He could have been better. He could have been faster. Deku's not gonna scratch at his arm. And Bakugo, he doesn't see that. Him at least gonna notice that Deku, his skin looks a little pale. And oh man, fuck. Is he on something? This doesn't look good. Now, Deku's gonna take another sip from his juice. And right now there is where his spider sense is just gonna go off. As Deku, he does gonna feel it go more off. And then it is going to increase. It's almost like someone's putting an air horn to his ears. One each. And then they're just bashing a fucking symphony with them. They are just letting the sounds out over and over. And Deku, he actually saw someone stumble backwards and smash another table, as he doesn't bring his hands up to his head. And right now he doesn't know what the hell's going on. Either this place is about to fucking explode and kill everybody here, or something's wrong with his powers. And right now Deku, he doesn't fall over as he goes unconscious. And that's where things are a bit strange. Bako and another person, they try to take Deku to medical. And whenever he does get there, the doctor, they were a bit more confused. Because Spider-Man just came back here. And he looks to be in pretty bad shape. Now, the doctors try to look at Deku. They try to understand what the hell happened to him. But after they did a few scans and tested his blood, they found something very simple. This thing, it was acting like a symbiote. Or making symbiosis, or, well, going through the procedure with Deku's body. It was taking certain things from him, but also giving him certain things. So, this thing's a symbiote, or a symbiotic species. That that definitely is weird, and the even weirder thing is, they took readings from this thing. I mean, they scanned it and they ran it through their data for everything, even for some shit in the Savage Lands. And this doesn't match any known species. They had a database. They put it through everything. And they've never seen anything like it. So, who wants to say aliens? Because they're gonna say aliens. Or some strange devil monster, but really, who could that be? Now, with that being said, we do currently have Deku. Deku, he was given some proper nutrients, ones that his body was lacking. And Bakugo, he actually was a lot more concerned. But there actually was Venom. Venom, it needs Deku. Deku, his body, it's perfect, powerful, strong, and he is durable. He has an early warning system, and the symbiote, it learned much from him. It went through his mind. It saw deep into his psyche. It stared with Deku into the void, and it held to him because it didn't know anything else. Deku's mind, it and the symbiotes are basically one, and it doesn't want to be away from Deku because without those feelings, without those things to understand and attach itself to, it doesn't know what to do. It has the experiences of anger, rage, and sadness, all these negative things. And then also has the idea to kill, the intent for it, the way Deku's mind thinks, not his heart. And that doesn't seem to be quite enough. And there currently is the sample in the lab. As Venom, he does try to break free. And the symbiote, it does do one thing. It does start to slip between the crack, as it does at least spread itself down and around the entire ring, as it does start to bury itself down to make itself look smaller. It's just going to layer itself more and more and more before it looks like a tiny little thread. And then there actually is the person who they do to walk by the container. Them a lot more confused, as they do to open it up whenever they saw nothing was there. They're at least going to try and alert security, because something is running around the lab. And Venom, the moment that did go to happen, it did to slide down and onto the person's wristband, as it would line their shield watch, and then go to sit there, as they try to lock this place down. Now, they went to go leave, because the people who are in charge of this area, they gotta get the scanners, and he doesn't know how to use one. So guess what? Out he goes. Now, the guy goes to walk away, and Venom, it immediately goes to try and search out its other half, or the rest of the mass, and it does go to find it. As whenever it does so, it does start to mess with a few things, and eventually it does go to break Venom from the chamber it's been sealed in. Now, we do actually have hours later, where that entire complicated process, it took place. And Deku, he actually got back to the land of the living, and regained consciousness. And right now, he's just trying to understand what happened. Jessica was sitting there, and she tried to tell him about all of it. And Deku, yeah, he was very surprised. He was confused. The last thing he really remembers was his spider sense being put into overdrive. He thought this place was about to come down. He panicked and he got overwhelmed. And Jessica tries to calm him down. This place is secure. This place is okay. Whatever is going to happen here, it's under control. Shield has the best security. And they have a brig here. So if anything does happen, they can throw the inmates there. And Deku does get to listen to that. As he's going to someone ask her if Goblin and Lizard are here. Izuku, I can't tell you that. They're here, aren't they? Izuku, if I gave you that information, exactly what would you do with it? Exactly. You have to try and think about that answer, don't you? You're Spider-Man. And if I remember correctly, Spider-Man doesn't kill. Yes, he's fallen off the wagon. Yes, he fucked up. He made one of the biggest mistakes in his fucking life, right? But what about Izuku Midoriya? What did he do? I tried. You tried what? I want to hear you say it out loud. Because I know you've been beating your ass all day for this. All month, in fact, right? It's almost been. It's almost been 6 weeks, Izuku. 6 weeks? What day do you think today is? Of the month? I don't. It's the 5th. Izuku, I hate to break it to you, but it's the 22nd. Wait, what? Yeah, you've been on autopilot for a minute, right? Listen, that's why we're concerned. Do you have any idea what you've been doing? Anything you know anything about? Any ideas, maybe? Theories, maybe. Those would be lovely right now. Because I'm wondering just how much you've fallen off the wagon. I want to know. Are you okay? No. No, I'm not. I failed to save someone too before, you know? I hated myself for weeks. I couldn't do it. I was brainwashed. You're serious? Yep. Hydra. Let's just put it this way, they are not the good guys. At all. Cap used to deal with them, but that was after they rebranded from the other guys. The other guys? Yeah. I assume you know history. Hydra was based in, you know? Oh. Yeah. Brainwashed by Hydra and turned into a killer. I still have dreams. I still think I can hear screams. I don't know. I scare myself with that, you know? And guess what? I'm still trying to find the people who did that. The people who killed her are in jail. They'll stay that way. They'll stay behind bars. For now, take a second to rest. Gain your bearing. And just a piece of advice. I look up to you. If I see you crack, I know I'm dealing with shit badly. Or maybe I'm just doing better than you. But I don't like to think that. Your heart's in the right place. Mine's not. We're going to turn and walk away. And Deku's confused. How is his heart in the right place? How is anything about what he wants to do a good thing? How can he... He feels angry. And he doesn't like it. And currently there actually is Bakugo. Bakugo, he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. He was worried about Deku. And the Venom symbiote, it felt weaker. It knew it needed a host. It needed somebody. It's been separated from Deku for hours. And right now, it does not feel good. It is starting to react. And the symbiote, it has to attach itself to somebody. And that is for its own survival. Now, Deku, while he may have not been very attached to Venom, he finds himself very attached to Bakugo Katsuki. And currently, Venom, he does reveal a few things. Him going to link into Bakugo's mind. And Bakugo, he doesn't see the truth. He sees Deku. He sees Spiderman. And it is actually very confusing. But more importantly, the Venom symbiote, it's angry. It was separated from its perfect host. And currently, it wants to reunite. It wants to be whole again. The things that it feels from this human here, it doesn't like them. What it felt from Deku felt better. And currently, it does know the best way to redeem itself in Deku's eyes. At least looking from the point of his own mind, not from the point of his heart. Now, right now, the symbiote, it does want to take down this entire place. Try and find the lizard and the goblin. Take them down and redeem itself to him. Show that while it is alive, it is willing to help. It is willing to do whatever it takes to be with its host. And right now, Deku, he went to go get back. I completely swallowed my tongue on that. He went and got help to get back home. There we go. Now, that was where Deku, he was dropped off. And Jessica, whenever she actually dropped him off at his home, she told him quite plainly, her sitting in the car with him, that here, hmm, what is this? Phone number. Call me, talk to me. Right now, get sleep and food. I'm pretty sure Mother's worried about you. Don't worry her. Give Izuku some time to heal. Not Spider-Man. I'll do patrol tonight. You have the night off. And I swear, if I see you out there, I will kick your ass. I, uh, I appreciate this. I just, I'll have the nightmares tonight. I'm sorry. I know. I know. I know. Deku's just won't breaking down. And Jessica does go stare at Deku. She has had training and has been put through the ringer. But that training, it's been a safety cushion for her. She falls back on it. She has had that be the only thing that's kept her sane. But Deku doesn't have that safety net. He's a falling acrobat. And he's about to be hit by a very bad situation. Morality. And even his own sanity. That net is razor sharp. And once he hits it, it may not end well. Now, with that being said, Deku does head back inside. And whenever his mom does see him, she actually is concerned. And Deku, he actually did go to sit down and have dinner with her for the first time in a while. However, he was silent, and he didn't say much. But there was where he actually got to watch TV in the living room. And he tried to stay awake. Before his body, it eventually did succumb to exhaustion, and he fell asleep with the TV on. Now, with that being said, Jessica, she is out on patrol, and it does not worry her. Spider-Man, Izuku Midoriya, she kept an eye on him for some time, and she thought she knew him. She thought she understood him. But meeting him after the tragedy, that definitely was unnerving to her. However, right now, she's also concerned. S.H.I.E.L.D. gave her information. S.H.I.E.L.D. told her about everything. And currently the symbiote, it has been added to the database. It is classified as Venom. And that does tell them quite a lot. This thing escaped confinement, and there is somebody who's gone MIA. However, they were close to the medical facility Deku was in at the time of their disappearance. They walked down a hallway and they were never seen again. That was it. Somehow they evaded capture, and that concerns them. Right now, wherever this thing is, it's off the helicarrier. At least that's what they're presuming. And it concerns them. As there actually is Deku. Deku, he currently is asleep. And the Venom symbiote, it is trying to make its way back into Deku's life. Deku, he was quite surprised. He got the symbiote back. It reattached itself to him. And Deku, the moment his spider sense went to go off, he actually somewhat jumped awake. Him actually going to feel it cover his hand. As there was he actually threw his hand out and grabbed onto it. Him trying to pull it away. And there actually was a Bakugo, he laid there passed out in Deku's living room. Somehow he got into the house. And Deku, he tries to pull the symbiote off of him. Him is going to feel it attach itself to his face. Deku trying to scream as it covers him and he can't breathe. Before Deku, he is falling backwards and he has to try and run forwards. Him at least trying to reach his hand out to grab something. Now, Deku is going to grab onto the lamp. Him going to rip off the cord and going to shock himself in the face as the symbiote doesn't let go of him. Him being able to breathe as he actually does leap backwards and away. Deku being hit by something as currently Deku, he has to smash into the wall. Him hitting down and going to escape. However, that's what Deku dreamt. As Deku, whenever he had his spider sense go off in reality, he was taken over. Venom remerged with Deku, and Bakugo Katsuki, he was left confused. All he remembers is waking up on a street. But then there's those feelings in his mind, certain memories and certain things in his head, and holy shit, Isuku's Spider-Man, and he had the powers of. That's awesome, but where did it go? He needs to find it. He needs to find it now. He had powers. He was Spider-Man. He was Isuku. That on his mind. And Bakugo, he is addicted to that feeling. The rush. The way he flew through the air, swaying through the air. He got the experience. His body moved like he wasn't in control. And that, he sort of loved. He was like someone in a joyride, in the passenger seat. They were experiencing all the fun, but they didn't know about the danger. That's how they felt. And Deku? Deku, he does lay there asleep. As Venom, it does go to hide, directly in plain sight. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.